Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Ol'SargeCollects. My name is Dan, and today I am doing a video response for my good pal Brent over at Brent Richardson Baseball Cards. Brent is celebrating 400 subscribers, and he's asking us to do a video response talking about our favorite ballpark memories. My favorite ballpark memory happened almost 35 years ago. I was an 11-year-old, and the game in particular was on Friday, April 13th, 1990. And my hometown Houston Astros were playing against the Los Angeles Dodgers. The game didn't start until after 7 p.m., but my family and we arrived early, and we wanted to catch the teams warming up. So we sat down in our assigned seats right behind the Dodger dugout, and I got to see some of my heroes of the day on both teams. Players like Craig Biggio, who was catching for the Astros. You know, he'd only been on the team for about a year. Ken Caminiti, who also had only been on the team for about a season, was playing third base for the Astros. And I remember he had a shotgun arm. And then on the Dodger side, we had Mike Scioscia, who was catching. We had Eddie Murray at first base. And we had a pitcher by the name of Mike Morgan. Well, who was Mike Morgan? Why was he one of my heroes of the day? Well, if you've been following along my channel for any amount of time, you've probably heard me mention Mike Morgan, or Uncle Mike. So Mike Morgan was my uncle through marriage, and I used to idolize Mike Morgan. I thought it was the coolest thing to have a Major League Baseball player in the family. So he inspired me to play baseball myself. He also got me into collecting baseball cards. So just a really awesome time of my life at that moment. Anyway, the Dodgers won that game 6-1, and Uncle Mike pitched 8 shutout innings and gave up 1 run in the bottom of the ninth inning. The highlights of the game for me were Eddie Murray had 2 RBIs, one of which was Uncle Mike. And then also Mike Scioscia hit a home run in the top of the 8th inning. So if you're watching your uncle win a game, if that's not cool enough, what happened after the game was equally as awesome. So once the game ended, my family and Aunt Cassie is Uncle Mike's wife, we all waited outside the Dodgers locker room. And then once Uncle Mike came out, we were all invited to have dinner with the team. Now, what's super cool, if you put yourself in 11-year-old's shoes, it was already past 10 once the game ended. And I wasn't used to staying up past 10, but it was on a Friday night. I obviously didn't have school the next day. And so we, were able to have dinner with the team. It was really an awesome experience. So we went to Papado's in downtown Houston. We sat at a very large table in a private room. Tommy Lasorda, the manager, Hall of Fame manager, sat at the head of the table. I remember him congratulating Uncle Mike and the team for that victory. I sat right next to Eddie Murray, and he didn't say much to me. And I was obviously nervous, and I was intimidated by Eddie Murray. The players were giants to me as an 11-year-old. So other Dodgers who weren't playing that game were also eating dinner with us. Guys like Kirk Gibson, Ramon Martinez, Oral Hershiser, and Fernando Valenzuela. Well, I had brought some cards with me to the game that day, and I had hopes that I was going to be able to get them signed by some of Uncle Mike's teammates. And so at one point I asked Uncle Mike if it would be okay if I could walk around the table and I could get some players to sign my cards. He said it was fine, and I began with Eddie Murray, who was sitting right next to me. And here's the rest of the cards that I got signed. So the first one that I had signed actually was Uncle Mike, and I got him to sign this 1989 Topps. I did not have his 1990 card yet. I didn't have his card yet, so all I had was his 1990s. And again, all these were pack pulled for me. So anyway, sitting next to me was Eddie Murray. So I got him to sign my card, this 1990 Topps. Then I went down to the end of the table. Let me tell you, it's really neat talking to a guy like Tommy Lasorda. He demanded that respect without demanding it. He was an amazing guy who just, you walk up to him and you have that ultimate respect for him. And I just remember that even as an 11-year-old, that I had a lot of respect for this gentleman. And anyway, he was super nice though. So here's his 1990 All-Star Topps card from 1989 when he was an All-Star coach. Kirk Gibson was at the table. I got his 88 Topps autographed. I didn't have his 1990 Topps yet, so. Then I had a couple of upper decks with me. I got Lenny Harris to sign a card. I remember he was a great player that year. Another great player that year, had an amazing year, was Ramon Martinez. So he was at the table. Fernando Valenzuela, rest in peace, he was at the table. So I have his 90 Fleer. And then I have a 87 Fleer of Mike Scioscia that I had signed. So these were just cards that I had at the time. All of these were pack pulled. And so, I may not have had a more updated copy of a card of a player. So anyway, that is my ballpark memory. So it not only happened on the field, but it happened off the field after the game. Just an amazing time of my life where I was able to meet ball players and, interact with them, kind of experience some things that they experienced when we were at Papa Do's. I mean, there were people that recognized, the players and came up to them and treated them like celebrities, and just being in their presence, just sitting down and eating a casual dinner with them was just an amazing, amazing experience. So anyway, that is my ballpark memory. Brent, congratulations on 400 subs, buddy. And it is a pleasure and honor to do this VR for you. Anyway, take care, everybody. Keep hunting the good stuff, and we'll see you later.